Guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. Don't know why me and Paul are wearing these shirts. Look a bit silly, really. You know, mate, if we can't celebrate a really good signing like that, and that's where we are going to start today. I've released a video this morning about my opinions on Paquet, so be interesting to see what you are, mate. What a signing! What a statement signing it is.
Massively, mate. It really is. And I think that's, like you say, it is a statement signing, huge signing. Like this guy is Brazil's starting number 7. You know, it's insane that we've been able to sign a player of that quality. Really surprised me as well. I'll be honest, mate. When we were first linked, I thought, nah, no chance.
Nah,
No
I did as
chance.
well, mate. I did. And yesterday, the longer it went on, you know, the rumours of hijacking. Oh, mate, it was very, very stressful.
I know, kept us all sweating. Yeah, it was. The longer it went, the sort of more worried you got, and then when it was finally announced, just a relief. Just And now I can't wait until we see him play in about 5 weeks when he's ready.
Yeah. Well, Moyes did that more or less straight away, didn't he? Like, oh, you know, he's not quite ready. He needs to get up to speed. And you know, people said it with you know, Haaland. Haaland didn't have to go and wait, did he? You know, boom, straight in. It's just the way it is. Again, I do think we'll see him tomorrow night. I do. I think we're going to see him probably about 25 minutes. We might see him tomorrow night. It's like you say, mate. You've got the elite, world-class players like your Mbappe's, your Haalands. You know, players like that. This guy is that level just below, isn't he? You know, that could be world-class. You know, didn't quite work out AC Milan, done well at Lyon, and clubs like Liverpool. And you can tell, mate, by the saltiness of the Arsenal fans and I like Newcastle, but even them to a certain extent, like, why is he doing at a small club like West Ham? That just shows we've signed a potentially really, really good player.
Yeah, of course, mate. Of course. And like you say, I mean, potential to be world class. As I say, the guy is like, again, it's just insane to think that there's going to be a West Ham player starting for Brazil in the World Cup. Like, it's just mad for me. It's 10, crazy.
Well, obviously, Neymar's the number 10, but he plays in that number 10 position for them behind Neymar, Vinicius, and whoever else plays.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, yeah, huge signing. Hopefully, he's just what we need to sort of give us that link-up play.
It's that pass. You know, it's that pass. You know, like me and you, we play FIFA quite a lot, but, you know, it's that magical pass. You know, that pass that other players don't see.
Yeah, hopefully he's that sort of... I'm guessing that Moyes will want to use him as the sort of Lingard role, shall we say.
Yeah.
Although he's obviously levels above Jesse Lingard.
Do you think Moyes will let him play that way, though, mate? That's the next question I'd ask you. Are we going to see a Lucas Paquet with the shackles on like Ben Rama, or is he going to go like Lingard? Go on, mate. Go and play. Go and enjoy yourself.
I don't know, mate. It remains to be seen. We will see if we set up any games like we did the other day. Then I'm not looking forward to seeing it. But yeah, he needs to basically trust. I mean, we've got some seriously good players in the team now.
We've got enough workers. Yeah. We've got enough grinders in there. We've let one go.
Yeah, and we've got enough. The thing is as well is he needs to be playing with players that are on his wavelength, that are on his level. You know, you want to see him and Skamaka linking up. Skamaka's got good feet, nice touch, good little 1-2s. Ben Rama hopefully can do it as well with him. You know,
someone Rice can trust with the ball as well, though, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting to see, mate. We've got the tools now. We've got the tools. We've got the players.
I think he's going to go Ghostbusters. Then we've got the tools. We've got the talent.
now it's just finding out how Moyes is going to use them. That's the question.
Yeah. No, I agree, mate. I don't like all this talk, you know, about this guy's, you know, could be as good as Payet or it could be as good as Di Canio. Like I say, I said it in my video this morning. Let him just be in, mate. And Gonzo said it on his show, mate, that, you know, to say he's going to be Payet, mate, Payet is the best player that's ever put on a West Ham shirt. Like, don't put this pressure on him. Let him ease his way in. But a fantastic signing, and a real statement. And where do you stand, just before we go on to maybe other players that are coming in, where do you stand with the GSB stuff and, the transfer window now? Like, is this just money that's, finally it has been done? Maybe, he has been saving money, like they've been said, and they've gone for it this window. Where do you stand with that at the moment?
I mean, well, first of all, we haven't really spent anything in a while, so the money should have been there anyway. Don't get me wrong. If you'd like, we've been saying this, I've been saying this for ages. I'd be surprised if we signed anybody. That's what I was saying. If you'd have said that we'd spend nearly 200 million quid, and apparently we're not done yet.
Yeah, German international, Italian international, like you're saying, that starting players as well.
I wouldn't believe you. No,
not at all. Mate.
There's a huge coincidence here, mate, and that's all of a sudden we start signing these players, and the money starts coming out when we've got a new investor to the club.
So, or is it we? And again, I'm not against this. Is it that we're spending Declan Rice money?
Yeah, and again,
I'm not against it because we're doing it the right way.
Yeah, and I suppose as well, if you're Sullivan, he might be looking at this thinking, yeah, we've signed all these players. How much have we actually paid so far? Because obviously you don't pay all the money up front. You structure the deal, it's paid over length of the contract. I think most of the contracts we've signed have been 5 years at least. So is Sullivan thinking, oh yeah, I don't mind paying the down payment on these players because I'll be gone next year. And then Kredinsky can pay off the rest of it. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know. But at least we're finally doing something now. At least we're finally.
It gives you hope, mate, doesn't it? If we're not expectant as West Ham fans to go and win anything or to even finish top 6. We're not expectant of it, but it's just giving you that hope and giving you that belief. When you don't sign no one, it's just like, oh, may as well give up already. Do you know what I mean? It desperately needed a freshen up. Absolutely buzzing for it. I'm just going to go through the comments quickly. It will be hard because of his work permit. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, obviously the work permit might not be done in time for tomorrow. I heard it's got until noon today, 2 hours to go. So he's got to get that work permit sorted. Morning, lads. So what would be your starting 11 tomorrow? We'll talk about that Tottenham game in a minute. So like you say, mate, we're not finished, potentially. A couple of players linked this morning. You will definitely know him. Sekou Fofana, Wesley McKenzie from Juventus, and
Winston McKennie. Do you mean
McKennie? Sorry. I wrote his name down wrong. And Conor Gallagher as well. I would love, if I'm greedy, mate, Sekou Fofana would just be incredible. And that's what I don't think it will happen because that midfield, Rice, Fofana, and Paqueta is, that's bloody Champions League midfield. Like that's the sort of midfield you see starting in the Champions League. Apparently you can get him for about 25-30 million though. So is it one of them that, is he going to be that price ever again? And you should just go and take that gamble.
I agree, mate. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like you say, is he going to be that price ever again? And I think the big thing we've got now, the fact that we've signed a player like Paqueta, I genuinely think that's the sort of signing that's going to make other players look at that and go, oh, hang on. Like, what's going on? West Ham are doing something here. He would be a huge signing. Really, like you say, mate. That
I forgot he played for Fulham, actually. I forgot he played for Fulham.
That midfield would be
ridiculous.
Insane.
And it's like that Leicester midfield from a few years ago, Maddison, Ndidi and Tielemans. You would have that balance with Rice as the Ndidi character, Fofana as the Tielemans, and Paqueta as the Maddison style player.
Yeah.
So, that would really, really excite me. The McKennie as well, young. I think he's actually American, isn't he?
I think so, yeah.
The only problem with him, I believe he might have a slight attitude problem. But, again, really good, really exciting young player. And it's nice to know we're still linked with some midfielders because he obviously clearly not fully trusting Souček. Or, like I say, he's getting ready for when Rice does go next year, which is brilliant because then it won't be a problem when he does go next year.
Yeah, and I think we need it anyway, because we signed Downs, but it looks like Downs is never going to play for us.
He was quite good when he come on, though. I thought he was all right when he came on.
I think we need that. We need cover for Souček. We do. We need cover for Souček. So I think we need that sort of big, powerful midfielder still to come in.
And obviously Gallagher as well. Chelsea said yesterday that they weren't going to sell him, but what happens between now and Thursday night, I think I think we're going to be very busy. I think we're going to be very active these last couple of
Is
days.
it Thursday or Wednesday? I thought
It
it was
is
Wednesday
Thursday.
night.
I thought it was Wednesday. It's Thursday at 11. Yeah, it's Thursday. I think because teams are playing on Wednesday night, they extended it over to another day. But yeah, if we don't sign anyone else, mate, I know I asked you in the WhatsApp question, but it's nice to get it on tape. What do you rate this window? Like I said, I think I've got to give it a 10 out of 10 because I know what you're going to say, but I'm just giving my reasons for you. Explain yours. Like I say, mate, I know Curra was brought in because of injuries, but he looks really, really good, and we'll talk about him. Gerd, obviously, we haven't seen him yet. Scamacca, from what I've seen already, lovely little touches, beautiful. Paqueta, real sensational signing. Cornet's a great signing. Yeah, I've got to give it a 10 out of 10. And if there's any more, just brilliant. What about you?
I can't give it a 10. I can't give it a 10. I think we needed to do business earlier. The signings we've made, don't get me wrong, look really, really good signings.
And Emerson as well. Forgot about him.
Yeah, like as I say, as I said to you this morning or last night, whenever it was, the thing is you've got, Scamacca looks brilliant. Aguirre comes in injured. We're not going to see him until
Christmas,
after Christmas probably. Downs has come in, probably won't even play. Emerson's come in, which is great, but it looks like Cresswell's still favoured there. I think I don't know. I think it's the transfers have got serious potential. I can't give the window a 10 out of 10. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10 though. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you have to see how the players play, don't you? Really, like Cornet. I don't know why he's not been playing. He wasn't great in that Viborg game. I have to say the Viborg away. So maybe he's just slightly not there yet.
He got an assist, didn't he?
Was good though. I thought Emerson was quite good. Yeah, moving on, guys. Let's just quickly talk about the Villa game because obviously me and Paul have not spoken about that. Oh, that was a boring first half. Really, really frustrating. And I know me and you at points, mate. I know we're quite reactionary sometimes. I was done with Moyes when Scamacca come off. When Scamacca come off, I was like, I'm done. I can't do this no more. I cannot do this. What do we know? Fornals, very lucky goal. Don't get me wrong, very, very lucky goal. And he was awful that game as well. But we did win, and that's the most important thing.
Listen, 3 points on the board, we'll take it. But Moyes was very, very, very lucky. Very lucky.
We were awful. Percentage football, Allardyce.
Yeah, it was shocking. Shocking football. Like I say, it was some of the worst Allardyce football. And this was against the Villa side with a patched up defence, manager under pressure. And we were playing 5 at the back, 2 defensive midfielders. Fornals was dropping in. It was so negative, so defensive. The setup was all wrong. The formation was all wrong.
It's the passing. If he's done anything in training this week, like me and you say, mate, like Chicago balls, little triangles. Like, for God's sake, can't pass a ball 5 yards. Me and my dad were joking when we put 7 passes together at one point. Like, oh, bloody hell, we've passed the ball 7 times.
Mate, you could hear the crowd in the stadium cheering when we finally had a shot.
Yeah.
Awful. And I said at half time, Moyes has got 45 minutes to save his job. And he got very, very lucky. Very lucky. He came out second half, changed the formation. Fair enough. It needed to be done. Why he had to wait till half time to do that, I don't know. And then,
did you think Emerson did anything wrong?
I don't think Emerson did anything wrong. I don't know. And as I said at the time, that's a great way to give confidence to a new signing by hooking him at half time. I would have kept him on and took off Cresswell. That's personally what I would have done. Went to 4 at the back, and then we finally see Antonio and Scamacca on a pitch at the same time with Ben Rama just behind them.
That's
and I'm thinking, oh, here we go. Here we go. This is now we get to finally see this. 5 minutes later, nah, off you come. Off comes Scamacca.
If anything, mate, in that game, again, we won it now. It's all hindsight stuff, but Bowen should have come off in that game. Bowen has been awful. Yeah, listen, I know he goes through fits and spurts. He'll probably go on a run where he scores 7 goals in a row, but him and Souček are the most out of form players in our team at the moment.
Yeah, although Souček, I don't think Souček was too bad, to be honest, in comparison to how he has been. The whole team was bad, but compared to how he has been, I think Souček was right.
Yeah. On the positives, let's talk some positives then.
Positives. Kera and Zuma. I thought were good,
fantastic.
although Zuma still
Immense.
doesn't really look fit, but those two look really good.
Zuma won everything in the air. Everything. And
Yeah,
Kura, bringing the ball out, very calm, very composed.
Skamaka, I thought looked really good again. He
I
didn't
thought
have
every
any.
touch was brilliant. Every touch
Yeah,
he did was brilliant.
he didn't get any service, and that was so frustrating as well. When we finally, he finally got a shot away. He finally started getting some service, and we started getting players up around him, and then he got taken off. It really wound me up. But yeah, he looked good still. Ben Rama has continued to have
Best player so far this
a
season.
really
for
good
me.
season.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were a couple of positives, but overall, again, we got the 3 points on the board. Happy we got the 3 points. Take the 3 points, but we were very, very lucky.
Oh, very lucky, mate. Incredibly lucky. And it was a very weird interview after with Moyes again, mate, where he's like, the old players knew how to win. That's what I trusted. Again, what does that say to the signings, the new signings?
It's what does it say to the new signings? And it's just wrong. There's no facts behind it. Oh, the old players knew how to win. They won 1 in 10. 1 in 10.
Exactly.
And again, he was slagging off Ben Rama in his interview as well.
Yeah. I see that. Yeah.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'm really starting to wear thin with David Moyes. I am. I really am. I've given him serious credit over the last couple of seasons. He's deserved it. Serious credit. But at the same time, he deserves the stick when it's going the other way as well.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not calling him to get sacked, but we're allowed to criticise a player or a manager when it's just not quite there. Listen, now it really is he can die on his sword now if he dies because the players he's got.
Mate, this is serious. Depending on what happens, we've got Tottenham, we've got Chelsea, we've got Newcastle. And it's very possible if we lose those games, that's 2 wins from 14 games. 2 wins from 14 games. Tell me another manager that survives that.
Yeah, well, there we go, mate. This comment here. Cannot believe Scott Parker's been sacked today. I know it was a 9-0, but
that's ridiculous. And they beat Villa on the opening day.
That's very reactionary. Very reactionary.
Yeah, very reactionary. They lost to Arsenal. Lost to Liverpool, obviously.
No shame. Anyone can lose to Arsenal and Liverpool. I know 9-0 is, it's quite disgraceful at 9-0, but that was a question I was going to ask you actually, mate, on Scotty quickly. He probably wouldn't do it, and it's very hypothetical. Bring him in on the coaching team, mate.
On the coaching team, I'd bring him in. I'd bring him in as a coach. I thought you were going to say as a manager.
No. No. And my opinion's changed with him as well as a manager now.
As a coach, maybe. As a coach, yeah, bring him in as a coach. I don't see why not. Yeah.
Quickly in the comments. Absolutely delighted for West Ham. I don't think the Hammers will have seen the technique like Paqueta since Payet. Can't wait to see him in the league. And I think a lot of fans are quite excited about this one. Do you think if we sign one of those 3 players Lucas just mentioned, then there'll be an important one leaving the club? Lanzini back home to Argentina or Fornals to Barcelona? So good question. Our boy, mate, one of our favourite players, Pablo, linked with Barcelona. We said it right when he came, didn't we? That this guy is potentially, when he's on it, he's got that passing technique, he's got that movement. Obviously, La Liga's slightly less physical. It wouldn't surprise me if they made a bid. He's a Spanish international now, and they like, bringing our own back. Would you sell him? I wouldn't sell Pablo.
No, I wouldn't.
And I know I'm a bit blinkered, and I know we're both a bit blinkered, and he has been playing bad recently. He's not been brilliant.
No, I wouldn't sell him. He hasn't been great, but no one's been great. I wouldn't sell him. I still think he's one of our best players. The fact that a team like Barcelona want to bring him in shows that.
Exactly.
Lanzini,
I can see going. I can see Lanzini going back to River Plate. I don't think he's quite got it anymore. He had fits and spurts last year, but I don't know. For every year that's going, it seems that injury's just hurting him more and more, and it does hurt because I like him. I do love him as a player.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think if anyone is going to go, it's probably going to be Lanzini. Although I'd be interested to see him play with the likes of Paqueta. The
little intricate stuff. Yeah,
that'd be good to see because, as I say, playing out of tight spaces. Paqueta can do it. Lanzini, we know, can do it. We ain't got that many players that can. So it'd be good to see that little link up.
So check.
I wouldn't sell him. No, I wouldn't sell him. I don't think he's been great. I think he's been pretty bad for quite a long time, to be honest. But we can't afford to sell a central midfielder.
If a midfielder came in, that's
even then I wouldn't sell him. No. Even then I wouldn't sell him. No. Because we need players. We still need the cover.
Another one linked away this morning. I read 2.5 million. I think Craig Dawson to Villa. I didn't know. Apparently, he lives in Manchester and he travels down. Once or twice a week. I don't want to sell him because you just know that Zuma's going to pick up an injury. Oggy always gets injured. I think we have to keep him at the club.
Yeah, I wouldn't sell him purely because of that, like you say, numbers. I think we've got 5 centre backs now, but keeping them fit is the problem. I wouldn't sell him, but it wouldn't surprise me if we did. There were rumours right at the start, at the end of last season, that he wanted to leave and he wanted to go back up north. So it wouldn't surprise me if he did go. He hasn't been involved at all this season.
No.
It really wouldn't surprise me if he went, but I don't think it would be a good idea to sell him because, again, keeping everyone fit seems to be a problem.
Another one linked away, and he followed 2 people from Newcastle. Read into that we believe Harrison Ashby, mate, linked to Newcastle. This is one I definitely would not sell.
Yeah, I'd be gutted if he went. I think he's I've said a few times, I rate him higher than Johnson. I think he's a brilliant player, and I think he's going to go on to be a real good player. I'd be really gutted if he left. I think I was reading this morning. I think he's only got 1 year left on his contract.
Maybe he's looking at playing time at West Ham. Maybe.
But then is he going to play? He's not going to play at Newcastle in front of Trippier, is he?
No, who's arguably one of their best players at the minute. Yeah.
So it's difficult. Maybe he'll push for it, but I don't know. I'd be gutted if he left. I would be.
Yeah, I would definitely. Another player we're linked with, mate, just come to my mind there, right back wise, is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I believe they're linked with. I can't remember who Man United are linked with. They're linked with a big right back. Yes or no? If the option was there.
Or I don't know why we need him.
Do we need him?
Yeah. Why do we need him? We've got Soufal, we've got Johnson, we've got Ashby, assuming he stays. Yeah. What do we need Wan-Bissaka for? I don't know. It's a weird one.
I do like him. Right back I do quite like him. I do quite like Wan-Bissaka.
If we needed a right back, I wouldn't be against him coming in, but we just don't. We don't need a right back. So
it's more important positions. Yeah. What else do we need then? Just finishing off on that transfer window. What else would you like to see in the next couple of days? Another striker, maybe?
Well, I was going to say we still need a centre mid, and I wouldn't mind seeing another striker come in. Apparently, we're still in the mix for Broja to come in. Apparently, he's been told that we're coming in for him.
What, Broja?
Yeah. Sort of like wait for us sort of thing. So it wouldn't surprise me.
I think it'd be very exciting if he does come in, because then we really can go for it on 2 fronts then. We really will have a decent Conference League team and still have a really good, solid Premier League team.
Yeah. So, as I say, centre mid, and it wouldn't surprise me if another striker came in as well.
Yeah. Let's talk about Spurs, mate, because like I said, I know you ain't got too long. So our cup final tomorrow, mate. Nothing. They have no interest in this game.
About it. Yeah, they don't care.
No, they have no interest in this game. Worried. I'm worried, mate. I'm worried. They're playing really, really well. Won 3 out of 4. Not been beat yet. They drew the other one. Harry Kane seems to, be back. Bit between his teeth. Kulusevski, great signing. Perisic, great signing. Conte's got them defending better now as well. Very good manager. Very, very good manager. Anything on it, mate? What you worried?
Yeah. If we play anything like we did in the last few games, we'll get turned over. I don't know. I just can't see a magic change happening, some magic switch being thrown. I think the lineup is going to be huge. I think Antonio will start.
I think Antonio starts, but then he won't drop him. But I would love to see Bowen dropped and then play Scamacca and Antonio. That's what I would love to see. That's what I'd like to see.
Against Tottenham, there's no way he's going to do that. he probably will try and play a 5 at the back again. Yeah, I can't.
The
I
thing
hope I'm
is,
wrong,
I'm
mate.
not defensively. I'm not that worried though. Do you know? Like they could come back and bite me, and we lose like 4-0 tomorrow. But those two together are look really, really solid. Whether they can deal with a physical Harry Kane and Richarlison or Son or Kulusevski is a totally different animal, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, mate. Obviously, hope I'm wrong, but I can't see anything. Can't see anything from it.
Well, one thing I will say is I thought Rice's performance picked up in the second half
Yeah,
against Villa. So,
yeah.
you know, if he can start that way, because he has been awful these first 4 games, if he can play like he did that second half, then we may have a chance. But the passing's got to be better. It's so crucial. The passing has to be better. Anyone else you think we'll see? Will we see Emerson? Will we see Cornet? If Paquet does get his work permit, will we see him?
Not starting. I don't think any of them will start. Although Cornet, he didn't. Did he even come on? Did he play at all? I can't remember.
No.
So he might play. He might play. Maybe in place of Ben Rama, which I wouldn't be against. Although Ben Rama has been brilliant. I don't think Emerson will start. I don't think Scamacca will start, and obviously Paqueta won't start.
So will you back for it? So with the 3, will it be Zuma, Kura, and Cresswell again?
No, I think. Well, I hope anyway. He'll go back to a 4 at the back. Hopefully, he saw 5 at the back, 3 at the back, whatever he wants to call it, doesn't work with his team. It doesn't work with his team. So hopefully he goes back to 4 at the back. If he does, I think it will be Zuma, Kura, Cresswell, Johnson. Do I think Johnson will play? Johnson went off, didn't he?
Yeah, he did go. He's okay though. Apparently he was training, so it probably will be Soufal. It probably
will be Soufal.
Soufal will be quite interesting against because the rumor is that Richarlison's going to start, not Son. So 2 absolute, nasty people playing against each other. It might be what we need there. Someone who's going to go for him.
Yeah, and then it's going to be obviously Souček and Rice in the middle. It'll be. It wouldn't surprise me if he played Lanzini. Lanzini likes playing against Tottenham. Cornet,
likes the London derby, doesn't he?
Yeah, Cornet, maybe Fornals. Probably Fornals will play because he can cover defensively more, and then Antonio up front, Bowen on the right. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be many surprises in the lineup, to be honest.
Cornet has to start over Bowen.
I would do. I agree, mate.
I would, yeah, I would.
But David Moyes won't.
No, I agree. I agree, mate. What's he saying? Do you think the current West Ham should go for Payet-esque signing at deadline day? A star that can have flair and personality.
What the hell was that symbol?
Yeah, I know. Why was the symbol there? Yeah.
Just a typo. I hope so, mate.
Oh, there we go. Let's clear that up. I did wonder there. I thought, what is that?
Yeah. I think we've already got a Payet-esque signing, mate. Yeah, we signed Paqueta. That is the Payet-esque signing.
Yeah, that is that elite signing. Yeah. Anything else, mate? Obviously, Chelsea at the weekend. We probably won't talk before then. Maybe after the game. Like you say, mate, it just gets tougher and tougher, doesn't it? They're not in great form, though.
No, but they're in better form than us. I don't know, mate. It really depends on the team. Maybe, hopefully, Paqueta coming and gives us a lift. Hopefully, we start to see the new signings playing. But at the minute, we just look like there's something wrong with the team. We do. Everyone's on an eye at the minute because we signed Paqueta, and rightfully so. And yes, we got the win, but there looks like there's something wrong in the team at the minute.
It still looks quite unfit.
Yeah, and I think unless we see a change against Tottenham tomorrow, we're going to be on a downer again. I'm telling you. So I don't know. It depends. It depends on that game. If there's any game for him to be up for and to really go for, it's Tottenham.
Yeah.
So I hope we see it. I hope we see it. I hope we see a change.
Quick reaction to a Europa League draw from you, mate. Anderlecht, team formerly known as Star Bucharest. Was the other team something like Stisenberg or something like that?
It's a weird team. Yeah, I don't know.
To get through that.
I do. I say I do. No, I do. I do. I expect us to get through that. Yeah, it's not a bad draw at all. I'd say that's pretty kind, to be honest. Yeah, I would expect, that Anderlecht, Star Bucharest, used to be big names, not really anymore. Yeah, I would expect us to go through. I would expect us to top the group, to be honest.
Yeah, I hope so, mate. I think Stade Bucharest is going to be the toughest game. 55-seater stadium, big club, big club. I think that's it for today, mate. There's no point talking for the sake of talking. Nice short and sweet one for you guys. Big news, like I say, Paquette signed, Tottenham tomorrow. Still some signings likely to come in. Me and Paul will probably be back next week. I think he's got one more in before he goes away.
Yeah, I should we'll see time wise, but yeah, should be able to get one in the weekend, and then I'm off for a couple of weeks.
Until next time, guys, come on your eyes, keep believing. Let's go.